Hi, Gary Chillingworth here for Air Gunner Magazine, Shooting and Country TV. Welcome to Life at the Range. I'm genuinely excited as we have got an amazing week coming up. We've got content coming to you every night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, all this week. Why is that, you ask? It's a very good question, because this weekend I will be travelling to the Western Park Game Fair to shoot in the UKAHFT World Championships. Now, the Game Fair itself is an amazing place to go. If you get a chance, go there. It's a Western Under Lizard up north, well, Midlands, and it's got everything. It's got dogs. It's a game fair. You know what they do there. Brilliant place to go. I think there are tickets still available. Check on their website for availability. So what we're going to do this week is, because we're building up to the Worlds, we're going to do some content every day to track my process, and then hopefully this weekend, for the first time in 2022, I'm not going to suck. My spring gun has been rebuilt by Nigel Woods, who's done an amazing job, and I'm really happy. And for the first time in a long time, I am truly confident that I'm going to have a great weekend. Well, it's going to be a great weekend anyway, but hopefully I'll actually be able to shoot. So now, if at some point you fancy coming to shoot at the UKAHFT World Championships, what classes are there? Well, it's simple. You have the open class, and that's anything sub 12 foot-pound, and you can actually shoot any gun you want. If you want to take on the open class with a 2.2 Springer with iron sights, crack on. That's the sort of thing Jake Day would do. In fact, he's shooting a Springer. I don't think it's a 2.2, but he's definitely shooting a Springer with open sights at this year's World Championships. The boy is crazy. So you've got the open class. Be honest with you, that is usually people with Steyrs, HFT 500s, FTPs, Walthers, Anschutzes, high-end scopes. These are the big boys. These are the Formula One of the UKAHFT world. Then you've got yobbos like me. We shoot in the spring gun class, things like TX200s, HW97s, and HW98s, brake barrels. Basically anything that goes twang, we shoot in the recoiling class. That includes gas rams. We then have a fantastic ladies class. Now, the ladies class is an interesting one, because when it comes down to it, in HFT, women shoot every bit as good as the men. However, there are a lot of ladies who are coming into the sport, and the thing about the ladies class is they are very supportive and they all take care of each other, unlike us horrible blokes, and it's a lovely place to be. But what usually happens is, when you've shot in the ladies class for a while and you've won a couple of titles, those ladies usually move into the open. But it's a brilliant class. We've got the .22 class, which is going to be hotly contested this year. There are some brilliant 2.2 shooters. And actually, later on this week, I think probably Friday, we are going to go over who my picks for the World Champions will be. Then once you've got that, you've got the junior class. That's for children up to the ages of, I think it's up to 9 to 15 years old. So we've got a tractor going past in the background. 9 to 15 years old. The junior class is absolutely superb. And some of our juniors, give me a sec, I'll just wait for the tractor to go past. Okay, living in the country is absolutely wonderful, but sometimes we have to deal with tractors. So the junior class is fantastic. Then we've got the veterans class. That is for all of our older shooters. I think you've got to be over 60. And again, some brilliant shooters in there. Half of them really should still be open, but they, people like Mike Burgess, fantastic, Glenn Pickard, they will take on the open class shooters, but that's going to be hotly contested. And then we've got the national teams. So far, I'm pretty sure this year we've got England, we've got Holland, obviously we've got Scotland, we've got Wales. We've got many other national teams flying into the country to take part in the national team event. That's the top 6 shooters of the country who are nominated, and they will take part in the national teams. Unlike other competitions, the UKAHFT World Championships is not a qualification event. We've got 360 shooters coming in, and essentially, if you want to take it on and you want to come and have a go, when it goes live for 2023, get your name on that list, come down, shoot, and have some fun. So that's about it. That's what the HFT World Championships is going to be about. It's going to be an amazing event. We've got some amazing sponsors. We've got over £20,000 worth of raffle prizes. We've got cash. We've got dancing girls. We've got Kieran Turner. So that's something for all the ladies. It's absolutely wonderful. So I really look forward to this week. We're going to set up the gun. We're going to do some building a range card. We're going to try and shoot some accurate tin chickens, and welcome to Life at the Range. Okay, so we're now going to do some shooting. We're going to put a target out 40 yards. And this is really important. When you're setting up your gun, set it up the way you're going to shoot it. So many times I've seen people learning their zero and doing it on a bench and then working out why it's different when they're laying down. Now, if you look, when I'm laying down, you see the shape of my neck. My head is like slightly over on the right hand side and it's pushed to the right. However, if I was sitting on a bench and I was more upright, you see, even by moving up this bit, my head is now more upright. I'm looking through a different part of my eye. So it's really important. If you're going to shoot predominantly from the prone position, set your gun up from the prone position. Also, if you are setting up, use the pellets you're going to be using in competition. If you're coming towards the end of a tin of batch 32s and you're going to be shooting at the World Championships in a few days, don't start a tin that's only got 50 pellets left. Go and pick out a brand new tin. Start using those so that the pellets you shoot are going to be the pellets that you have been practicing with. Okay, so let's do some shooting. Target out of 40 yards. And this is really important. When you're practicing as if it is a competition. Think about your head position every time. Think about your breathing every time. Think about your trigger technique every time. Don't build bad habits. When you're on the range, it's fun just to shoot and shoot and shoot. The thing is, if you're not drilling in your muscle memory, you will end up shooting badly. So we have correct pellets, gun set up. And this is the other thing. If it's a really windy day, get out and practice. But don't go and set your zero on a windy day. Because even if the wind's coming at you at 10 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, it's going to affect the trajectory of your pellet. So find a nice still day, often like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning when it's light is a brilliant time because the sun hasn't warmed up and you don't get much wind. So let's put down a marker. This gun is shooting beautifully. Nigel Wood, amazing guy, has sorted out 22mm internals. Beautiful. Okay. Breathing, hold, trigger control. Fractionally left. We do have a little bit of wind drift out there. He says trying to find an excuse for missing. Aiming at the same point, which is the right hand one, I think. Well, that's slightly irritating. See, I made a mistake there. I took a pellet straight out the tin, because I must admit these aren't weighed pellets. It's possible that I had one with a bent skirt, and because I didn't check it, that could have cost me a world title. Again, check your pellets when you take them out of the tin. Okay, seem to be going high. Now, I did set up this gun yesterday. Has the temperature changed? Okay, through the same hole. I think I might have known what I've done. Let me just shoot another couple and I'll come back to you and tell you what I think I might be doing. Same hole. Same hole. Okay, so again, really important thing there. This gun came cold out of the bag and not been shot for nearly 24 hours. They're lubricated with grease, which runs at an operating temperature. So it clearly took 2 or 3 shots for the gun to settle, harmonics, whatever you want to call it. So that's learned me something, that's taught me something, that's taught me something really important about this rifle. Straight out the bag, I need to fire 2 or 3 shots off before the gun has warmed up and is starting putting pellets down range. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave the gun for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and see whether or not it hits high or if it hits dead on. Because this way, if we have a ceasefire for 10 or 15 minutes, I may need to shoot a couple off just to warm the gun up again. What it has taught me is in competition, when I come up to the peg for the first shot, I need to put 3 or 4 shots through before I start firing the rifle. In fact, it's worth doing that anyway after a ceasefire. Fire one off just to clear it through, and then hopefully you should be bang on. So again, perfect example. We're out here practicing and we've learned something. The last 4 shots were all through the same hole once the gun had warmed up. Okay, so we've had a look at the different classes you can shoot in HFT. You know, open class, recoiling class, 2.2, and as such, and use very different rifles for these different classes. But also, you need to pick what scope you're going to use for the World Championships. Now, obviously, as it is HFT, you're not allowed to adjust your scope after you've taken the first shot. So you can't adjust the parallax, you can't dial in, you can't use the scope for range finding. So you need something with a big depth of field. Now, a World Championship HFT course is similar to a regular HFT course that you will shoot at your local club. But the problem is, it's dialed up to 11. You're going to get a lot of elevated targets. You're going to get a lot of targets at Western Park. We have a quarry section, so you're going to be shooting downhill. You know, you're going to be at the top of the quarry and you're shooting down into the quarry. And when you're looking at a scope and you're absolutely flat, you can get your head in the right position every single time. But when you're starting to angle up or angle down, that can be a lot more difficult. So what scope do you use? Well, the other thing you need to ask yourself is, what are the conditions going to be like? Now, in the past, we've shot in April, May, sort of, and there's been snow on the ground and it's been quite dark and it's been very rainy and things like that. So you needed a scope that's got a lot of clarity, but also a scope with an illuminated reticule would be really, a real advantage. Or I should say an illuminated reticle. Reticule is a little Italian bag, as I keep on getting told. Now, a scope like this, the MTC Connect with the 24mm objective lens, absolutely superb. Not a lot of parallax error, which means that when you're looking through it and you're moving your head around, the crosshairs aren't moving a lot. absolutely superb scope. This also has an illuminated ret, which can be a huge advantage. My other favourite, as a lot of you will know, is this, the Optisan CP 10x32. Again, a fantastic scope. Lovely optically, it's a beautiful clear glass, and you'll be able to see the targets. Now, the other thing that you really do need a good quality scope for, or one that's good for your eyes, is that when you're looking at a 40 or 45 yard target, you want to be looking about where people are striking it, not just on the plate, but in the kill, because that's going to give you an advantage of knowing the distance of how far the target is away. But we're going to go more into that tomorrow when we're actually setting up the gun properly. Try and stay away from scopes with these big 50mm, 56mm objective lenses, 10 times magnification at the most. You can go up to 12 legally, but most people shoot on 10. And if you're struggling with that depth of field, then wind it down to 8 or even to 6. John Houghton, good friend of mine, shoots on 6 mag and shoots very, very well. So pick a scope that's good for you. And I've said this many, many times. When you're buying a scope, go to a gun shop, look through lots of different scopes, make sure they're set to 10 mag, look 8 to 45 yards. And then when you want to buy one, buy the one that you've looked through. Don't take a new one out of the box. If they do give you a new one in a box, take that out and check that yourself, because not all scopes look the same. So that's pretty much it for scope. Pick the scope that you feel is going to be best for you. I have not quite decided yet if I'm going to go with the Connect or the CP. The weather's going to be good this weekend, so I'm not really going to need the illuminated ret, but I'm going to try them both out over the next day or so, and then I'm going to finally dial into which one I'm going to use. But at the moment, I'm probably heading towards the CP. Okay, well, I hope today's video has really helped you. I'm so excited about shooting the UKAHFT World Championships and doing these videos this week. Now, please bear with me. Usually, to film a video, I film it, then I spend a few days editing it, and then we get it out. I'm going to be filming this each day and putting the video out. So we're not going to be doing chapters and things like that, so you'll have to bear with me. Again, Saturday, the plan is on Saturday, I'm going to film the World Championships. What we're doing, we're going to give you a basic update. It is going to be reliant on whether or not I've got an internet signal to actually get the video uploaded. Again, on Sunday, we're going to shoot the World Championships. I'm going to video, and then we're going to get home. I'm going to come home and then hopefully upload the video Sunday night. Now, it might be very, very late, 10, 11 o'clock at night. If we can't get it done Sunday night, I will not be uploading it on Monday due to Her Majesty the Queen's funeral out of sign of respect. So then it will be uploaded on Tuesday. So the plan is, what we're going to do is today we've done gun setup. Tomorrow we're going to do practice, kneeling, standing, supported, and looking at other bits and pieces. And then on Friday we're going to do final preparation and getting ready to travel, and I will be nominating the people that I believe might win this year's World Championships. Saturday, we're going to be doing the course vlog. Sunday, we'll be crowning a new world champion. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ta-da!